Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome to the Planetary Pull from College Park for the week of April 22nd, 2015. I'm your host H, and hopefully everybody did get a chance to see the trailer for Star Wars, the new trailer, the second trailer. Me personally, I'm really excited about it, and I can tell you like this. I had to rewind it back long enough just to catch that crashed Star Destroyer. Of course, also along with that, the new Batman vs. Superman trailer is out floating around, making its rounds on the internet, and the crowd right now is a bit iffy as to whether or not this is still going to be a good movie. I don't know. We'll see. But right now we're here to talk about some comics, and we're going to start this week off with Chew number 48 by John Layman and Rob Guillory. Another solid issue. Appleby and Caesar is back up and running. Actually, you can kind of see what's going on with the cover. What kind of craziness John has going for us in this particular book. But the one thing I did like about it is we get a little bit more definition from the relationship with Olive as it relates to her father, Tony. Tony picks up his daughter's trail, and it looks like Olive is really hot on the collector's tale. Matter of fact, we get some new power scene. We get the Gel Assassins. And John, I don't know what you got going on in that crazy head of yours, but the Gel Assassins is really bananas in more ways than one, in more flavors than one. Very solid issue. We feel like we're getting a bit close to the end game here. If you haven't been checking Chew out, you've been missing out, and it's getting closer and closer to Reckoning. You need to get this book. Next up this week is G.I. Joe 213. Matter of fact, let's clarify, is G.I. Joe a real American hero? This is the one that picked up from Marvel from way back when. IDW's had it for the past couple of years. And actually, let's just say this book, the fate of Snake Eyes, is in the palm of his hand. He goes after some Pentor, and let's just say lots of shooting, lots of bullets, a giant robot, and a big boom. But is Snake Eyes really gone? You need to check this out and see. It's been teased for a while. I can't believe it myself, but you know how it is with ninjas. Ninjas get those extra lives floating around there somewhere, and you just got to see for yourself. Is he really gone? I don't know. Yeah, speaking of Star Wars, we're at issue number 4. This was a bit more of a, I wouldn't necessarily say a quiet issue, but sort of like a prelude for things to come. If you've been keeping up with Darth Vader, this issue kind of gives like a throwback to what we saw from issue 1 of Darth Vader, whereas we see Darth Vader negotiating with Jabba the Hutt. Also in motion is basically seeing the rebels and how they've recovered from their attacks on the trading post that they hit in the first issue, the factory that they hit in the first issue. And it's really not a positive feeling right now. It's like, yeah, they barely made it away with their lives, but then Luke is starting to realize how much more he needs to train, and Leia's feeling kind of like, well, we got them on the run, we got to do things, and it feels like it's all falling apart before it gets together. But hang in there. I'm feeling like there's some good things coming out of this as more wheels are set in motion as we're really starting to understand what's going on with this run. Star Wars number 4. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to get on Convergence, but this was recommended to me this week, and this is Teen Titans. And for those of you out there that's trying to get a little bit into Convergence without taking a full dive, this was a pretty good issue. This had to deal with some members of the Doom Patrol, also the Titans from the 80s version. That's more or less the version that I remember of the Titans, and they're dealing with whatever it is that happened to them, how they got kidnapped and where they are. And there are a lot of themes into this, as opposed to just going out and smashing things. They have to really make up their minds like, okay, what are we fighting for? Who are we fighting against? Do we really want to get involved in this war? Whereas the Doom Patrol, as they're calling themselves, knows that the salvation of their world depends on them, and they might have to kill millions to save billions. And one of the people that they have to kill might be Cyborg. And whether or not they'll do it, who knows? If you want to find out, Teen Titans Convergence, good pick. Last but not least, this is Beyond Belief by Image Comics. a very, very quirky book. I enjoyed the heck out of it. Frankie and Sadie, go check out their friend's haunted house, and hilarity ensues. They're possessed dolls, there's lots of alcohol, spirits of all kinds, just all kinds of craziness. I really enjoyed this book, and can't wait to see what goes on afterwards. But what was really funny, just as a small spoiler, check out the end. They're tasked to go up against the monster under the bed. So, got this and a whole bunch of other comics coming out this week. It's getting warm outside, and gotta stretch out and get out and go places. Not to mention, don't forget, Free Comic Book Day is coming up in less than 2 weeks. I'm hoping that by next week we can preview a few more issues about what's going to come up. So just stay tuned. Make sure you get to your nearest comic book store. Make sure you support. Don't just go there for the free comics. Make sure you support, because that's what Free Comic Books Day is all about. So other than that, thank you all for watching. Catch Big Planet Comics on Facebook. Catch them on the internet at bigplanetcomics.com. Catch me at popcultureuncovered.com. Follow us on Twitter at PCUncovered. And other than that, we're out. Catch you next week.